The Detroit Lions are shocking the rest of the NFL. So we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video. And if you want more Detroit Lions news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that red button down below. The first story is that the Detroit Lions respond to disrespectful Packers trolling. Now the Detroit Lions have bragging rights after pulling off a win over the Green Bay Packers, which happened, last week on Thursday, December 5. However, the high profile NFL games comes trolling, and there was plenty of it around before, during, and after the matchup. Now, some members of the Detroit Lions are speaking out about the disrespectful talk and their flexing after the win. Following the Lions' win over the Packers, cornerback Carlton Davis was asked about Green Bay's trash talk before the game, and the Packers were confident that they could tank the Lions' defense, which has lost quite a few players to injuries, but that didn't happen. They were saying craziness, like Jordan Love was about to pass for 430 or some like that, he told reporters. I don't know, but that was disrespectful. Like, what the, you know what I mean? But whatever. I think he had like 200 passing yards and we gave up some BS. We'll see them again next year or hopefully in the playoffs, but it's not over yet. While Davis didn't like the Packers boasting, he didn't want to embarrass a team on the field. He just wanted to beat them. When asked if he thought the Lions humiliated the Packers, he replied, nah, we're not trying to humiliate them or anything like that. We're trying to keep it civil. Davis added, that's just how we play ball, coach said before the game. We're going for all the 4th and 1s, 4th and shorts, and that's what we're about to do. And it's like, yeah, do it. Because if y'all don't get it, we're going to get back on the field and play ball. Detroit Lions defensive lineman Zarius DeSmith actually wasn't feeling the negative talk from the Packers. He of course is a former Packer, so this game meant a bit more to him. After the Lions win over the Packers, NFL's new network's Stacey Dales spoke with the Smith and brought up new revenge game idea. Zadarius, you told me this week, kind of a little bit of a revenge game because you gave that franchise for 3 years everything you had. Smith responded, 2 years I gave it to them, and once I got hurt. They sent me down like I was nothing. But I'm glad to be on the other side now. I had the chance to go to the Vikings and get my revenge, and I came to Detroit and got my revenge again. Meanwhile, Green Bay Packers head coach Matt LaFleur has expressed his disappointment in Ford Field security following an altercation with the Lions fans. LaFleur confronted a fan who's helping hold the American flag for the national anthem on the field. Things got heated, and after the game, he told the press the fan was talking junk to our players, giving them throat slash signs, you're trying to de-escalate the situation, and then he also gets in my face. So, it definitely wasn't a good look from our part. I thought it was pretty unsportsmanlike, he added. Like, I've never seen that. I have been on many fields. Usually they police that much better. And I just thought it was an arrogant way or fan that wanted to get part of the action. I'd like to see security step in there and get him out of there. And he shouldn't be doing that. So it definitely seems he was not happy with the way things were during that matchup. The second story is that the Lions' $6 million star predicted to earn first All-Pro selection. The Detroit Lions are arguably the best team in football, as Dan Campbell's squad is 12-1 and has sole possessions of the number 1 seed in the NFC through week 14. Detroit has won a franchise record 11 straight games after a 1-1 start and notched an impressive divisional victory over the Green Bay Packers on Thursday Night Football in week 14. The Lions offense is having another tremendous year under offensive coordinator, primarily because of the offensive line. Hank Fraley's group is one of the most dominant lines in football, protecting quarterback Jared Goff and paving running lanes for running backs David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs at a high level. Though all 5 players on Detroit's stout offensive line deserve recognition for their play, starting right guard Kevin Zeitler has gotten enough credit. The 34-year-old signed a 1-year, $6 million deal with the Lions during the 2024 season and has been one of the best bargain free agency signings this year, forming a formidable duo with right tackle Penei Sewell on the right side of the offensive line. Zeitler is still incredibly underrated, but the 33rd team's Tyler Brook predicts the veteran will finally receive some national attention and will be a first-team All-Pro selection. Now, Though Zeitler has allowed 4 sacks this season, the former first-round pick has surrendered just 13 total quarterback pressures in 405 pass blocking snaps and is arguably the best running blocking guard in football, boasting an 88.5 running block grade. After Detroit's starting right guard in 2023, Jonah Jackson signed a 3-year, $51 million deal with the Los Angeles Rams in the offseason. General Manager Brad Holmes decided to sign Zeitler to a cheap 1-year contract to replace Jackson. It may not have been the smartest move Holmes made during the 2024 offseason, as Zeitler is playing at an all-pro level and anchoring the interior of the Lions' offensive line alongside center Frank Ragnow and left guard Graham Glasgow. So there's definitely a lot to it when it comes to this selection, but on top of that, speaking of selections, how serious is Jared Goff's MVP candidacy? Because it is now a topic of discussion among all ESPN analysts. The Detroit Lions are tied as the NFL's best record, and as a result has captivated the national audience. A big reason for their success has been their performance of quarterback Jared Goff. Though the third season first 13 games, Goff has thrown for 3,265 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. He ranks third in the league in both passing yards and touchdowns, lending credence to the belief that he is among the best passers in the NFL. On Friday, following the Lions' 34-31 win over the Green Bay Packers, Fox Sports 1 analyst Nick Wright made a bold claim about Goff being in the running for awards at the end of the season. "I think Jared Goff's gonna win the MVP," Wright said on First Things First. "I'm not saying I think he should or he would be mine right now. I'm saying I text my gambling group chat today, you can get Goff at 10-1 odds and I love it. I think it's down to 8-1 now and here's why." Wright has been critical of Goff in the past, calling him a civilian when contrasting him to other quarterbacks viewed as superheroes due to their abilities. However, on Friday, Wright proclaimed that he will beat out the likes of Philadelphia Eagles running back Saquon Barkley for the most prestigious individual reward. Now, for reference, Barkley has rushed 1,499 yards on the season and currently has the second best odds to win the award. Goff will have the ability to take on the player with the best odds, Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen, in a Week 15 matchup at Ford Field. So, NFL continues on, and we got our money on some great picks because we actually have the Los Angeles Rams beating the San Francisco 49ers. And we do bet on none other than BetUS. They have the fastest payouts in the industry, and right now they do have a 150% bonus on your first deposit, and then 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000 with code YouTube150. So we're going to be making a bet on this, and we're going to be putting $10 and a total win of $9.52 if we win this one, and we got our money on the Rams being able to pull it off. So like I said, definitely go check out BetUS. They have fast and easy deposits and withdrawal process, and right now 150% bonus on your first deposit and then 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000 with code YouTube150. So definitely go check them out, and let's get back into the video. The third story is that Lions fans are enjoying the greatest season ever by this Detroit Lions team. Unless you live under a rock, you've probably heard that the Detroit Lions defeated the Green Bay Packers last week, which was a big stepping stone for this Detroit Lions team because this is the biggest win of the season yet. With the victory, Detroit extended its franchise best winning streak to 11 games and strengthened its grip on the NFC North Division. The Lions, sitting 12-1, now lead the Packers 9-4 by 3 games and the second place Minnesota Vikings 10-2 by a game and a half. So, in the aftermath of Week 14 divisional clash, both local and national media pundits had much to say, especially about Detroit head coach Dan Campbell's 4th down aggressiveness. The Lions ended up going for it in a 4th down 5 times and converted 4 of the tries. Without further ado, let's take a look at some of the national media said after the victory of Campbell's squad. Now, former Lions receiver Calvin Johnson and Kay Adams on Up and Adams show had this to say: "How many guys are down? I don't know how many guys are injured on the injured reserve, key players, but the fact is they keep bringing in guys. Obviously, I heard you mention we're got like 2017 Pro Bowl squad out there, and we really do. But these guys want to be here. They want to play for this squad, and that's what you got to have. You got to have guys that may want to, and we have the guys that want to as well. And they're making plays. Guys that you haven't heard of, they're making plays. They want to be on this squad. They want to make a name for themselves, and they want to be a part of something special." So because of that, I definitely think it is something amazing for the Detroit Lions, especially with the way they have been handling things. Now, I continue on to say, damn, it is awesome to be a Detroit Lions fan. The way they go out about winning, the way they understand their situation. Whenever you hear MCDC talk about the game, about the defense said, and how he knew what the offense was going to do, but he understood the situation and the reality of the injuries on the defensive side. The way Aaron Glenn cooked up pressure on Jordan Love, the way he just went about winning that game. McAfee added, MCDC has all of them going to the exact direction. They all believe in every single decision that he makes. And although I don't know if they're going to be able to win all the games that they have to be playing the way they did last night, especially against a Packers team, and they could have beat them a couple of different times. But the Detroit Lions win football games. It feels like they know this is how they're going to win this one.